Hey, it's Howard Barnes here, and I'd like to thank you for your interest in our platform where we list homes and we charge the seller 0% commission. The home sells in less than 14 days, and you, the listing realtor, makes 5 to 6% on every deal when you list the property. Yeah, it's just an outstanding platform. We are using this in major markets across the United States, and nobody can believe how fast the homes sell, and nobody can believe how much the homes sell for. It's just an outstanding way to fulfill your fiduciary responsibility to the seller and help them sell their home for the most amount of money, and also net the most amount of money because the money goes in their pocket. And so anyway, have a look, and my pleasure to chat with you after you've watched the explanation. So welcome to the future of real estate. My challenge for you today is to think outside of the box. We cannot continue to do real estate the same way that we've always done it. When I started in real estate, the listings came out in a printed book. We got a new book every week. And when they got rid of the book and went to the internet, everybody thought that the real estate industry would end, and it didn't. And so anyway, what's happened is that there's more of our real estate being done online today, and we can take advantage of that. But also there's a challenge to the real estate being done online today. That's because there's a lot of high-tech companies who are trying to get the commission that the realtors earn in real estate and keep it for their companies, thinking that they can put the real estate on their online platforms and keep the real estate commission for themselves. And so what are we going to do about that? Okay, another thing that we have to contend with is people who cut the price. And I'm familiar with a guy that actually lists homes for $500. Okay, well, how do you compete with a person listing a home for $500? So hopefully this presentation will give you a little bit of an idea as to what you can do about it in your real estate business to keep you in the business, or eventually you're going to have to make a decision to get out of the business because you won't be able to survive. So how do we know that our platform works? We have realtors in many markets using the platform successfully. I'm getting calls from homeowners from across the country wanting me to list and sell their home for them. And why are they calling me? They want to sell their home in less than 14 days, and they want to pay 0 commission. So how do we do this? We have an online home bidding platform, or you could refer to it as an auction platform. It is quite a bit different than an auction platform, but I think that initially, if we say it's an auction platform, you will kind of understand how it works. Then we can get into the nuances as to how it is different than an auction platform. So here's some of my marketing material that people across the country are seeing. And so basically saying, hey, selling your home, pay 0 commission, your home sold in 14 days with our powerful proprietary system for private sellers just like you. Utilize the latest technology and marketing to net the most amount of money from your home. And that's exactly what we do here. So how do we do it? Basically, the property is listed for sale and is submitted to the correct MLS. Marketing is done to make potential buyers and all realtors know that the property is for sale. And we do a very good job with marketing the property, and we always have 50 to 100 potential buyers at the open houses. And of those, probably 30-40% do not have a realtor. So it's a real tool for picking up buyers in the marketplace. We need one open house weekend only. Showings are by appointment on the open house days, the Saturday and the Sunday. No other showings are needed. And that's a big benefit to the seller because normally the seller is trying to keep the house clean and tidy, just in case a realtor phones and wants to come over and show it. Then realtor phones, they're going to come over and show it to some buyers, and the buyer decides he doesn't want to see it, or the buyer doesn't show up for the appointment, and nobody calls a homeowner. They get really frustrated with that. They dislike the listing realtor because that happens, because they think it's our problem. Anyway, it's part of the business, but by only having to have the house shown on 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday, that solves that problem. The owners can get out of the house on the Saturday and the Sunday, and problem solved. So bidding will be opened on the Sunday after the end of the open house period. Only buyers who have been pre-approved by our certified online sales lenders are allowed to bid. And this is critical, because if they don't have the wherewithal to buy the home and they actually bid it up and get the bid, or get their bid accepted, they can't buy the home. It's a real issue. So in order to start bidding, they have to be pre-approved. And what we're looking for there is a DU for the buyer. So we can see exactly what the buyer's financial position is. And we also need to know how much money the buyer has in the bank, because most of our properties go for over appraised value. And if the seller decides they want a bid over appraised value, then we have to make sure that the buyer has cash in the bank so that they can make up the difference between the appraised value and the sale price. The bidding closes at 8 p.m. on the Thursday after the open house period. So here's some sample bids for a property that we sold with this platform at 9720 Aviary Drive in San Diego. And there was a lot more bids than this, but anyway, I just took a screenshot and from the 665 up, and so you can see that people are bidding the property up, and you can see that certain bidders are in there bidding, and then another buyer pops in, and then another buyer pops in with a $15,000 increase, and it just drives the price up. When buyers compete, the seller wins. So the sellers will review the bids and accept, reject, or counter the bid that works for them. And the buyers agree before they start bidding that the seller has the ability to accept, reject, or counter the bid that works for them. The seller enjoys a very simple and fast process that requires no negotiating on their end. The online bidding deadline creates a sense of urgency. The buyer's online bids show in real time on the internet. Here are the benefits to the seller. Okay, the buyer pays most or all of the real estate commissions. The typical timeline is 14 to 30 days or less, which reduces carrying costs faster. Most of the homes that we sell on this platform sell in less than 14 days. Now, when we say 14 to 30, maybe it's going to be a home that's, say, has a value of 15, 20 million or more. Maybe it takes a little bit more time to get the bids coming in. The day and terms of the online bidding are set. Thus, the seller can plan their life accordingly. The sale may or may not be contingent upon the appraisal and inspections. It all depends on the bid the seller decides works best for them. The competitive bidding allows a seller to attain the true market value of the home. Because normally if you list a home, what you're doing is you're setting a price on the home, and that's normally a cap on the price. And so normally buyers look at that and they start bidding less than that. But really, does the seller know, or does the listing realtor know, if there's actually buyers out there that would pay substantially more? Now, certainly in a hot market, you can sell for over market value, but maybe there's people that would have paid more if they'd have been given the ability to do that. So anyway, what happens here is the true market value of the home is established by the highest bid. Experienced professionals handle all the marketing, promotion, paperwork, and the online bidding event. And of course, the experienced professionals are realtors. That's us. Okay, we handle that for the seller. Here are the benefits for the buyer. The buyer has complete control over buying the home they want. The online and real-time bidding eliminates multiple blind offer situations. And I know from my experience that I can get a buyer to write a full price offer. We can send it over to the listing realtor. He doesn't even respond. And of course, then the buyer says, hey, what's your problem, Howard? How come we can't get any information back from the listing realtor? That's just how real estate is. And sometimes listing realtors respond and sometimes they don't. There's complete price transparency. The buyer knows what the real-time bids are and can up their bid to get the home they want. So what happens now is if the buyer doesn't get the home they want, the realtor is not the problem. Okay, what happens is the buyer is the problem because the buyer sees online what the people are prepared to pay for the home, and if the buyer isn't prepared to pay that price, then it's not a problem with the realtor. It's a problem with the buyer not being prepared to spend the money. So here are some bids on 4036 Camino Calma in San Diego. And again, I just took a screenshot off of the bidding platform, and you can see how the bids have increased on that property. The ability to preview the house before bidding. There's no hidden surprises. Now, normally in an auction, what happens is you're paying cash, and what you buy is what you get. And you don't get to get inside the property, and you don't get to inspect the property. But with our online home bidding platform, what happens is we're open for 2 days, and the buyers can come in and they can look around the house and get a good idea of what's inside it and feel comfortable with the bid that they're putting in. Normal contract and closing process. So the buyers are familiar with that, sellers are familiar with that, so they're very comfortable with that. They make a bid, the bid gets accepted, or they make multiple bids, the winning bid gets accepted, then escrow is opened, and we have a normal closing process. Traditional financing can be accepted. Now, normally with an auction, what happens is that the buyers are paying cash, and this cuts a lot of buyers out of the marketplace because they don't have cash in the bank to buy the property. With our online home bidding platform, okay, the seller can accept a bid from a buyer that we know will be able to get financing to buy the property. And so that opens up a lot more people to bid on the property, which again drives the price up, because as we all know, when buyers compete, sellers win every time. So here's some example of homes sold using our online bidding platform. There are 3 in San Diego here. Here's one in Alpine, California that we did with this, one in Long Beach that we did with this. So this is a great story, and so everybody says, yeah, it's wonderful, Howard, but how do realtors get paid? Well, the buyer agrees to pay the buyer's premium before bidding starts. And the listing realtor decides what the buyer's premium is going to be. The buyer's premium is added to the winning bid on the property. This is the same as buying a HUD home. So the sale price plus the buyer's premium equals the purchase or contract price. The listing realtor establishes what the buyer's premium will be. Most of our agents charge 5 to 7% buyer's premium. The listing agent can share this fee with the buyer's agent. This is disclosed in the MLS as the cooperating agent compensation. All buyers must be pre-approved for a mortgage before they can bid. And again, this is so that we know if their bid is the one that's accepted, they can actually buy the property. So would you agree? If you can get the listings, the rest of the business will take care of itself. As Tom Hopkins has said years ago, the salesperson that controls the listing inventory will generate the most amount of income. You need to specialize in the listing arena. And from my experience, that's very true. When you've got listings, you're making money. When you don't have any listings, You're driving buyers around, presenting offers that just don't get accepted, and so you don't have a paycheck. So what our platform does is it makes real estate easy again. Okay, since you're not charging the seller any commission, the place to take this platform is to for sale by owners. So why is a homeowner going for sale by owner? One reason only. They don't want to pay the commission. And so since you can list the home, put it on our platform, and they're not going to have to pay any commission, there's no reason for them not to work with you. Divorce attorneys or couples getting divorced, this is a good platform for them, because when they decide they don't want to live together anymore, they don't like each other anymore, what happens is neither one of them wants to pay to sell the house. And so this makes it pretty easy for them. They don't have to pay to sell the house because you're going to charge a buyer's premium to the buyer. And they're going to be happy working with you because they don't have to pay commission. And also they have more money at the end of the transaction. And so they've got money to move, get a new place, rent a new place. So that's very good for people who are getting divorced. Also expired listings. I can guarantee you that our platform will sell that home in less than 14 days. It won't be expired anymore. Also, the homeowner doesn't have to pay any real estate commission, so they're happy to work with you. So it's just there's three places you can take this right there and build your listing inventory. And again, if you've got the listings, you're making money. When you're ready to discuss how to add this tool to your real estate business, go to the URL below and book a time to speak that works for you. This will keep us from having to play phone tag. So www.meetwithhoward.com and book a time that works for you. It'd be my pleasure to chat with you, and we can discuss how we can get this working for you. I look forward to speaking with you.